Last time on this show, I featured the movie Wicked City, an anime movie that, in addition to combining sci-fi and horror, also featured elements of a certain notorious subgenre of Japanese animation involving tentacles. Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who are curious about the movie but aren't into anime, good news, because there's a live-action version of it too. Now, I know some of you may be questioning why I'm doing this movie so soon after the other one, but it was either this or do another notorious hentai movie like Legend of the Overfiend or Big Tit Slime Girl Fucks Bonersaurus, and I really wasn't into doing another one of those movies. So here is the live-action version of Wicked City. And strap in because it's even fucking weirder. Wicked City, or The Wicked City as it's sometimes known, is a 1993 live-action remake of the anime version. But whereas the first Wicked City was made in Japan, this one was produced in Hong Kong. And as we all know, foreign remakes of anime always turn out great. Just ask anybody who saw Dragon Ball Evolution. Hey, what do you know? I guess Fox News really is where the rape demons dwell. And hey, here's a good sign. The movie's produced by Choi Hawk. He's produced movies that are a lot better than this one. So, just like the anime version, this one also starts out in Tokyo's famous exposition district.
Its body is tempting, tough, hard, a mirror image of our own bodies and minds. Defensive, cold, and unyielding.
Why yes, you've described both my body and my commentary quite accurately. Thank you, movie.
Now, the Reptoids have invaded our world.
Reptoids? I thought Buckaroo Banzai got rid of all of them. Oh no, wait, that's Lectroids, never mind. Well, the monsters may be called Reptoids instead of Blackworlders in this movie, but just like in the anime version, that doesn't stop our protagonist from trying to score with one.
Given my line of work, I'm a cute judge of character.
What's your name?
Call me Perrier, and let me quench your thirst.
Perrier, the nickname of choice for high-class hookers since 1898. So once again, our main character is Taki, but whereas the Taki in the last movie was a player, this one apparently has to resort to getting prostitutes.
Yes, it's totally addictive. I feel really sorry for you.
No, you misunderstood. I said I wanted a Cleveland steamer, not an angry dragon.
The trick's on you, Reptoid!
How did you know I wasn't Perrier?
The real one died 2 days ago.
You're a disgusting pervert that doesn't like to have sex with anyone.
Yeah, I'll say. At least the Taki in the other movie managed to hit that shit before she turned into a monster. Well, there's no sex scene, but we do get a fight sequence, even if it's hard to tell what the hell's going on since the editor apparently had ADHD. One thing you'll quickly notice with this version is that it's much tamer than the anime one. The violence is a lot less gory, and there's hardly any nudity or sex in it. Now, normally I'd complain about something like that, but considering the anime version had a sex scene featuring this guy, that's probably a good thing.
Here I come! Hey, Ken. Thought you were in Hong Kong.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? I was totally about to score there. At this point, the story moves from Tokyo to Hong Kong, the world's #1 exporter of Dutch angles.
My name's Taki, and the guy who turned up in Tokyo is Ken. We're both agents for the Anti-Reptoid Bureau, which is different from other police departments in that all of its members have a front of having another job.
There's also the fact that we chase shape-shifting interdimensional demons instead of criminals, but mostly it's the second job thing that's different. Oh well, at least the view is good. Now that may have seemed like sexual harassment, but considering the way the other movie treated its female characters, this is actually a huge improvement. One thing that's the same as the anime version, Taki's boss is still a fan of mood lighting.
How come the Reptoids over in Tokyo knew where to find me?
What do you mean, how did they find you? I thought the whole reason you got that hooker was because you knew she was a Reptoid. So, if you didn't know she was a Reptoid, then you were really just getting a hooker? That is a gross misuse of company funds, Taki. Oh, and here's another thing about this movie. Other than the opening scene, the plot to this version is almost completely different. Whereas the first movie was about Taki protecting a diplomat that was overseeing a peace treaty, this time around, Taki and his partner Ken are told to investigate a drug called happiness that's supposedly connected to the Reptoids.
The benefit is, you get physically stronger all the time. But there is a problem. If you stop, you'll totally dry up.
Nah, could be worse. They could be on Crocodile. Ugh.
Have a look at this file. The guy's name is Gendai Saw. We checked his background, and he has to be 150 years old. Fact is, he must be a reptoid.
Yeah, you would think the fact that he's 150 but looks so much younger would cause other people to suspect he's a reptoid too, but I guess not. Anyway, Taki is told to see if he can find any evidence of his connection to the happiness drug.
I need a partner. Would it be okay to have Ken?
Not him.
Okay, then how about a hot demon broad that I get to nail by the end of the movie? Hey look, nudity! And instead of being accompanied by rape tentacles, all we get is more product placement.
The manager said I should give you a sample. It has a special high-frequency channel. The more they're in circulation, the better for us to pick up information on reptoids. We can listen in on every phone we sell.
Panasonic, helping the government spy on interdimensional demons since 1918. Oh, and speaking of reptoids...
Something's wrong. A reptoid.
A reptoid? Where? Oh, and did you enjoy the last hyperactive, barely comprehensible action scene? Well, then you're gonna love this one.
More of them!
Yeah!
You know, this is what happens when you let Sam Raimi direct your Hong Kong action movie.
Hi, Ken!
I don't know why, but I just love that line. It's such a weird, nonchalant thing to say in that situation.
Hi, Ken!
Sup, Taki? How's it hanging? Whew, thank God you two came in and did whatever the hell just happened there. Oh yeah, here's another little bombshell. It turns out Ken is actually half reptoid.
The sergeant thinks I'm scum. The only reason is I'm not 100% human. My mother's a reptoid.
Yeah, my dad knew that she was the only gal for him the minute she turned into a monster and raped him. Talk about a storybook romance.
I had a friendship with a reptoid.
And by friendship, I mean she raped me. No, actually a handy flashback informs us that a few years ago, Taki met an attractive female reptoid who I guess is supposed to be this movie's equivalent to Makia. Here's hoping she doesn't end up getting violated by tentacles like in the other version. Oh, God damn it, movie, what the hell is wrong with you? So after Taki gets randomly attacked by some chuds, the female reptoid saves his life.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Is that a dream?
I don't know. Why the hell are you asking me?
I became more and more attracted to her, till I finally had to leave her.
Scared you'd want to marry a reptoid like my dad?
Hey, at least you're able to marry a reptoid. We're still stuck with civil unions over here. Oh, Kaneko, someday the world will recognize our love. Huh? Oh, right, the main plot. Sorry. Gendai is celebrating his birthday. I guess he's turning 29 for the 121st time. And Taki manages to infiltrate his party cleverly disguised as Yo-Yo Ma. Oh, and he's got some special toys with him, too.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
Alright, time to listen in on Gendai's evil plan.
We reptoids have coexisted with the human race for a long time. I see it as crucial that we continue to coexist peacefully.
Oh my god, his plan is to coexist peacefully with humans! The Fiend! Actually, it turns out the real person behind the happiness drug is Gendai's son, Shudo. And surprise, both of them were involved with the reptoid that Taki fell in love with.
God, I can just imagine eating you whole. I'm ready to risk everything just to taste it.
Sure you don't want her with some fava beans and a nice Chianti? Needless to say, Taki's not too happy about this since he still has feelings for the demon that got away.
It's you. I'm with Gendai-san now, the man you're here to take. He didn't desert at any time, so I can't leave him.
You can't leave your boyfriend because he hasn't left you yet. Well, I've heard of worse excuses for why a woman won't go out with me. Their little reunion is interrupted when Gendai's party gets randomly attacked by some leftover graphics from a Panasonic 3DO game.
So why are you here, huh?
Because I intend to take over your entire empire and use it to expand my influence over the human race.
Hey, that's great. Who the fuck are you again? Yeah, that's how I feel trying to follow the plot to this movie. Anyway, evil belly dance chick injects Ganime with happiness, but Gendai and Taki aren't gonna stand for that.
So you want to kill me, huh?
Hey asshole, you're not a ghost. Try using the handle. Oh wait, never mind. Apparently they're both busy auditioning to be Electro in the new Spider-Man movie. Well, here's one way this movie's more twisted than the anime version. I can't say I've ever seen a guy come on a girl's tits with his arm before. Eventually, the Bureau tracks Gendai down and tries to capture him.
Use electromagnetism!
What? Wait a second, so the Sergeant has superpowers too? So, does that mean he's a Reptoid? And if he isn't, is he the only one that can do this, or is this just something every human can do? And if so, why are humans so afraid of Reptoids if they have magic powers of their own? This movie is not going to answer any of the questions I just asked, is it? Okay, moving on then. Oh look, Gendai's in a straitjacket. That's what he gets for trying to figure out the plot to this thing.
If you tell us where the Reptoids are hiding, we'll let you keep your body and organs intact. We won't dissect you for Reptoid research.
You want facts? A Reptoid's body is the same as a human being's body.
Exactly. We can sprout tentacles and regrow limbs using electricity just like a human can. Oh, what? Humans can't do that? Oh, well, okay, forget what I just said then. So while Gendai demonstrates his incredible power to make chains appear and then disappear with the next edit, we check in on Shudo. Now, I mentioned earlier that this movie is tamer and less sexually charged than the anime version, and for the most part that is true. But there is one scene that this version has that the anime version doesn't. Ladies and gentlemen, feast your eyes on this.
Put it right in there.
I was somewhere.
And my smart young god.
I really take your body.
Yeah.
It could be a racing car, an aeroplane, but I think it's a pinball machine.
Well, can't say I've ever seen a guy fuck a pinball machine before. Gotta give this movie that.
Just watch me score as we come.
So does this mean he has to tilt her to find the G-spot? How exactly does this work?
I'm gonna turn this place into the Wicked City!
Title drop. Meanwhile, Taki gets paid a little visit at his hotel.
You don't work here.
Yeah, you don't work here. I know every bellboy in the world.
Gengi, you've been poisoned.
You might as well put the gun down. A handgun that won't fire. It's worth nothing.
Hey, it still fires. I was just a little nervous the first time we met. That's all.
Listen. The main reason I left you was to avoid this situation. That if we were together, I would see you die.
Well, just because she's dying doesn't mean you can't get some demon love in the meantime. Wow. Jesus, Taki, I know you're excited, but I thought you'd last a little longer than that. No, it turns out Ganimei's actually poisoned Taki in order to blackmail him into rescuing Gendai. Why the superpowered demon doesn't just do this herself, I don't know, but in any case, this causes Ken to immediately come to his rescue. Okay, so do these two just automatically know when the other's in trouble? This is like the third time in the movie where they've suddenly burst in at just the right time. Well, at least they've always got a nonsensical one-liner handy.
Here I come! I can!
But uh-oh, turns out the whole thing was actually a plan by Shudo to cause them both to die.
Genghime, are you in pain? That's because you've fallen into my trap. Taki and Genghime will die hating each other. Taki knows he's failed to destroy the Reptoids. That was my plan!
And as long as we're spouting pointless exposition, I'm also the bad guy of this movie because I'm evil. Okay, so you've both been poisoned. It's nothing spending a little time in a Bacta tank won't fix.
We found 2 poisons in the female Reptoid's body. We can only neutralize one of them, and the other one is the drug happiness. And to neutralize that successfully would involve a total blood transfusion.
It's worth a shot. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason Keith Richards is still alive. Unfortunately, the only suitable donor is Gendai, and he's busy doing his Passion of the Christ reenactment in the next room. So I guess it's up to Taki to rescue her.
Genghime, I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't bear you to turn back into a Reptoid.
What do you mean, turn back? Isn't she already a Reptoid? How does the happiness drug make her turn back into something she already is? Oh, man, this fucking movie. I need a drink. Excuse me. Big Rock, the beer of choice for sarcastic Canadian assholes since 1985.
I'm not usually so emotional.
Yes, I know, I've seen you act. Meanwhile, Shudo inspects a new shipment of happiness that's just come in. Huh, you know, I always wondered what a sperm bank for rave kids would look like. It also turns out that Ken's girlfriend is actually a double agent and is really working with Shudo. It's such a shame, too. She always seemed Actually, you know what? She wasn't really in the movie that much. I'm not really sure what she seemed like. Up until this point, her most notable character trait was that she had a nice ass. While this is going on, Ganymede tries to steal more happiness. I'm Not really sure how she got here. One minute she's with Taki, and the next she's here dressed as a chauffeur. I don't know, I guess maybe there was the teleportation effect they couldn't afford or something.
What are you doing? Leave it! It'll just make you a lot worse.
No, if you take more of this drug, it'll prevent you from dying. Wait, why am I stopping you again? Well, we haven't had a confusing, nonsensical action sequence in a little while. Let's see if we can't fix that. Ang Lee presents Crouching Tiger, Hidden Star Wars.
Useless! Let me do it!
You know, say what you want, this is still better than the American Fantastic Four movies.
Reptoid vacuum!
And I officially have no idea what the fuck is going on. Guess it was bound to happen eventually. So after Ken gets away, somehow, he makes it back to the Anti-Reptoid Bureau, only to find that his love interest has convinced everybody that he's really the traitor.
You won't get away with this.
Shearer's the double agent!
Hey, you shut up! Hey, you shut up!
I know you are, but what am I? Wow, looks like Ken's in trouble. If only Taki could burst in and save him at just the right time. Hey, there he is. The two of them break out Gendai, and I know this is going to be hard to believe, but this is where the movie gets kind of weird. Our heroes learn that time is running backwards because... And while Gendai takes care of a saran wrap demon, Taki and Ken take care of... whatever the fuck is going on here.
Okay! Perfect timing! 15 seconds, it feels like a year! I'll never make it!
I don't know about happiness, but I'm beginning to think I'm on LSD.
Time now!
Yep, I'm definitely high as shit right now. There's no other explanation. But I suppose things could always get a little weirder.
You're inside of me, and welcome. You'll soon become a part of me. I like two men at the same time.
Hey, come on, lady. We already had a guy fucking a pinball machine. We don't need any love in an elevator jokes here, too.
This is crazy!
Yes, it is, but not as crazy as what happens next.
You, what are you doing?
I'm redesigning you. You become what I like.
Man, the Hong Kong version of Ghost Rider is even weirder than I thought it would be.
I'll ride you to death. Nice move, baby.
Was it good for you, baby? Meanwhile, Taki and Ken confront Shudo, who's busy transforming into Tetsuo the Iron Man. Things look bad, but hopefully they'll be able to rescue Ganymede.
I'm coming!
Okay, maybe not.
It's Taki. Use telekinesis.
Quickly, men! Pull as much of it out of your ass as you can! Oh god, I know what tentacles mean, no! For some reason, this causes Ken to turn into a monster and attack the other agents.
Ken, it's all right. Forget history. You're not a reptoid.
Well, clearly he is, unless he's got the worst case of eczema I've ever seen. So Gendai, who for some reason now looks like an extra in From Dusk Till Dawn, comes in and battles Shudo. Huh, you know, I always wondered what the Lawnmower Man would look like as a hentai. So while that bit of batshit insanity is going on, Taki confronts Ken.
Ken, love is stronger than fear.
Not strong enough, apparently. Oh no, cuticles, my one weakness! Reptoid powers fading.
Ken!
Taki, I know you're a reptoid lover, even if your people don't. Now you die!
No, Shudo!
I have magic powers suddenly!
Ken's dead, and you killed him!
No, Ken's not dead. Look, he's sticking his tentacles into Ganymede.
If you don't have a total blood transfusion, you'll end up like me.
End up like you? I thought the happiness drug made you dry up.
If you stop, you'll totally dry up.
Yeah, see? Now you're saying it's going to turn her into a reptoid? Except she already is a reptoid, so how could she turn into something she already is? And how is that going to cause her to die? You know what? Fuck it. Alright, I gotta wrap this up before my head explodes. So Gendai and Taki team up against Shudo, we get another goofy fight scene. Shudo gets sucked into a jet engine, and Ken dies.
Ken!
Out of all the souls I've ever encountered, his was the most... rape demon. And of course, Taki and Ganymede finally get to consummate their love. Nah, I'm just kidding. She actually goes with Gendai.
What the hell?
Oh wow, I can see you're really torn up about this, Taki. Truly, you two were meant to be together. So how does this movie stack up against the anime version? Well, the anime version was definitely weird and fucked up, but I still had a pretty good idea of what the fuck was going on most of the time. With this one, it's like somebody put the scripts for about 5 different sci-fi movies into a blender and then tried to make a movie from the pieces. There are some crazy ideas and weirdly memorable scenes, but the overall effect is kinda like a sugar high. It's fun for a little while, but eventually it just leaves you feeling confused and with a headache. But I will say this about the movie. It's probably the only time you'll get to see a guy fuck a pinball machine. And if the internet's taught me anything, it's that there's a fetish for that out there somewhere. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.
Hi there.